What if you could gain absolute clarity in your thoughts, speak with purpose and wisdom, and become unshakable in the face of life's challenges? Sounds impossible, right? Well, what if I told you this wisdom has been around for over 2,000 years, and it was practiced by one of the greatest leaders in history, Marcus Aurelius? In this video, we'll dive into Stoicism, the philosophy that can help you clear your mind, make wiser decisions, and transform the way you approach life. Stay tuned to learn how. In today's fast-paced world, many of us feel overwhelmed. We juggle our responsibilities, face stress, and often struggle to stay calm and focused. But what if we could find a way to quiet the noise, gain clarity, and respond with wisdom, not just react out of emotion? This is where the ancient philosophy of Stoicism comes in. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor, is often seen as the embodiment of Stoic principles. In his personal writings, later known as Meditations, he shared his struggles and the Stoic strategies that helped him maintain mental clarity, emotional resilience, and a sense of purpose. In this video, we will explore how you can apply Stoicism to clear your mind, speak wisely, and become stronger, no matter what challenges life throws your way. Section 1. The Foundation of Stoicism. Mastering your mind. The first key idea of Stoicism revolves around control. The Stoics taught that while we cannot control external events, we have complete control over our reactions and thoughts. Marcus Aurelius frequently reminded himself to focus on what's within his control and let go of everything else. Imagine you're stuck in traffic on your way to an important meeting. The stress mounts as you feel time slipping away. A Stoic approach would be to recognize that the traffic is beyond your control, but how you respond to it, whether you remain calm, frustrated, or even use the time to reflect or listen to a podcast, is entirely up to you. In Stoicism, the goal is to create mental clarity by letting go of the urge to control the uncontrollable. What is in our control? The Stoics divide things into things we can control, our thoughts, actions, and reactions, and things we cannot control, other people's behavior, weather, past events. When we realize this, it becomes easier to let go of stress and unnecessary worry. Section 2. Speak wisely. The power of thoughtful communication. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of speaking wisely. In Meditations, Marcus Aurelius reminds himself to speak with purpose and consideration. A Stoic does not react hastily or speak in anger. Instead, they pause, reflect, and choose their words carefully. Think of a moment where you said something in the heat of the moment and regretted it later. A Stoic would train themselves to stop before reacting, taking a deep breath, and assessing whether their words will be useful, kind, or aligned with their values. This section will dive into how speaking wisely is not just about what you say, but also about the way you listen and understand others. If you're having a disagreement with a colleague, a Stoic would approach the situation with empathy, asking questions to understand the other person's point of view before responding. They would be focused on seeking truth, not winning an argument. Section 3. Strength in adversity, resilience, and endurance. The Stoics view challenges as opportunities for growth. Instead of avoiding discomfort, they embrace it. Marcus Aurelius, who led a vast empire, faced constant turmoil, battles, and personal struggles, yet he remained steadfast in his resolve to maintain his inner peace. Think about how you respond to personal setbacks, whether it's a job loss, a failed relationship, or a health issue. The Stoic way is not to deny the pain, but to accept it, learn from it, and use it as a stepping stone to become stronger. This section will explore how Stoics view hardship as an essential part of life's journey and how we can train our minds to face adversity with courage and composure. Just like a blacksmith tempers steel by putting it through fire, life's challenges strengthen our character when we face them with resilience. Section 4. Further analysis contrasting views on Stoicism. While Stoicism has been widely embraced as a philosophy of strength and wisdom, it isn't without its critics. Some argue that Stoicism encourages emotional suppression or detachment from the world. But is this really what Stoicism teaches? In this section, we'll explore different schools of thought, from those who believe Stoicism promotes emotional avoidance to those who argue that it teaches emotional mastery and self-awareness. What do you think? Does practicing Stoicism mean ignoring emotions, or is it about understanding and mastering them? We'll also briefly look at how Stoicism differs from other philosophies like Epicureanism or hedonism, offering a more balanced approach to life and its challenges. Section 5. The art of acceptance, embracing what you cannot change. Of the central tenets of Stoicism is the practice of accepting what is beyond our control. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, constantly reminds himself to accept the flow of life without resistance. Stoicism teaches us to recognize that many things in life are simply out of our hands. Imagine receiving an unexpected layoff notice. It's a difficult situation, but the Stoic response would be to acknowledge that you cannot control the action of others, only your own response. You can either spiral into frustration or take this opportunity to reassess your goals and explore new paths. Acceptance doesn't mean passivity. It means understanding where your energy is best spent. The Stoics didn't advocate for resignation, but for a balanced view, accepting the reality of a situation and choosing to respond wisely. When we accept the things we cannot change, we free ourselves from unnecessary suffering and focus on what we can control. How acceptance leads to freedom. When you accept something, you stop fighting it internally. This release of internal resistance creates mental freedom. A Stoic isn't indifferent to suffering. They simply choose to face it with calm and purpose. Section 6. The role of virtue, living with integrity and moral strength. For Stoics, virtue is the highest good. In his writings, Marcus Aurelius emphasizes that the purpose of life is to cultivate virtue qualities like wisdom, courage, justice, and self-control. It is through living virtuously that we align ourselves with nature and find true fulfillment. Consider someone in a high-stress leadership role. Let's say a CEO or a public official facing pressure to make decisions that might be financially lucrative, but morally questionable. A Stoic leader, grounded in virtue, would take the higher road, not out of fear of consequence, but because it aligns with their moral compass. Virtue isn't just about acting morally. It's about living with integrity and consistency, especially when nobody is watching. In the workplace, a Stoic would make decisions based on what's right rather than what's easy or profitable in the short term. This consistent practice of virtue builds both internal peace and external respect, creating a sense of deep fulfillment that transcends momentary pleasures. Section 7. Practicing gratitude. A Stoic perspective on appreciation. Gratitude is a key aspect of Stoic practice. Marcus Aurelius often reflected on the blessings he had, even in the midst of challenges. In a world where we are constantly seeking more, Stoicism encourages us to appreciate what we have right now. It's easy to focus on what we lack, whether it's career success, personal achievements, or material possessions. But a Stoic would shift focus to what is already in their life, family, health, and even small moments of peace. By practicing gratitude, we refocus our minds on the present moment rather than endlessly chasing after something else. This practice helps to reduce dissatisfaction and fosters contentment. Gratitude in action. The Stoics didn't just express gratitude in their thoughts, they turned it into action. For instance, they often wrote down what they were grateful for, as a means of reinforcing the positive mindset. Imagine starting each day with a brief list of 3 things you're grateful for. This simple exercise can shift your mindset dramatically. Section 8. The power of reflection. Using daily practice to strengthen your mind. A key Stoic practice is reflection. Marcus Aurelius used the act of journaling to reflect on his thoughts, actions, and emotions. This daily practice helped him remain grounded and aware of his internal world. By reflecting on your thoughts and actions, you can cultivate a deeper sense of self-awareness and grow stronger mentally. Think of a busy executive at the end of the day, constantly moving from meeting to meeting. Now, imagine if this person took 5 to 10 minutes at the end of each day to reflect on their decisions, how they handled their emotions, and what they could improve upon. This pause for reflection allows for growth and learning. Reflection isn't just about looking back, it's about understanding what worked and what didn't, so you can take deliberate action to improve. Every day, a Stoic would reflect on their day in a journal, asking questions like, did I act with wisdom today? Or, did I allow myself to react emotionally when I should have stayed calm? This practice cultivates self-awareness and refines one's character over time. Section 9. Living in harmony with nature. The Stoic view of the universe. The Stoics believed in living in harmony with nature, understanding that everything in the universe has a purpose and that we are part of a greater whole. This principle is deeply embedded in Stoicism, with the idea that we should align ourselves with the natural flow of life instead of fighting against it. Imagine trying to control the weather. It's impossible and futile. Yet many people spend energy on things like this every day. A Stoic would remind themselves that just like the weather, some aspects of life are out of our control. Instead of resisting them, we should flow with life's natural course and adapt as needed. This concept can be particularly empowering when dealing with life's unpredictable nature. The Stoic response to hardship is not one of resistance, but of understanding that challenges are part of life's natural order, and we are capable of navigating them with grace. Living according to nature. In Stoic philosophy, living according to nature means accepting the things we cannot change and adapting to them. It means using our reason to guide us in making choices that reflect our connection to the larger universe, rather than focusing on our narrow personal desires. Section 10. The discipline of desire. Mastering your wants. The Stoics believe that mastering our desires is one of the most powerful ways to achieve inner peace. Marcus Aurelius often wrote about the importance of not being enslaved by our cravings. By learning to distinguish between what we truly need and what we merely want, we can free ourselves from unnecessary dissatisfaction. Many people constantly chase the next material possession, new clothes, gadgets, or a bigger house, thinking that these things will bring them happiness. A Stoic would ask, What do I actually need to live a fulfilled life? By understanding that desire is often a source of suffering, they would prioritize what is essential and let go of unnecessary cravings. The discipline of desire doesn't mean completely rejecting all pleasures, but understanding that true happiness doesn't lie in the satisfaction of every whim. Desire, vs. Need. The Stoics distinguish between desires that are in harmony with our well-being and those that are merely driven by societal expectations. By mastering our desires, we remove ourselves from the cycle of perpetual wanting and find contentment in the present moment. In conclusion, Stoicism offers us a powerful toolkit for navigating the complexities of life. Whether it's embracing acceptance, cultivating virtue, or mastering our desires, these principles can lead to a life of greater wisdom, peace, and strength. Marcus Aurelius's teachings are as relevant today as they were over 2 millennia ago. The key takeaway: life will always present challenges, but how you respond is entirely within your control. And by practicing Stoic principles, you'll not only navigate those challenges more effectively, but also develop a clearer, stronger mind. If you've enjoyed this deep dive into Stoic philosophy, consider liking, subscribing, and sharing this video with someone who could benefit from these timeless teachings. Leave a comment below about how Stoicism has impacted your life or what questions you might have about its practice. As Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength.